Star Citizen Alpha 3.24, the cargo patch, is now finally actually being tested by the Evocati properly in a build that was a little broken, but not too broken. This patch was previously known as 3.23.2, and CIG have rebranded it. I want to summarize mine and sort of other people's experiences with this patch and the updates here. Spoilers. It's a great patch. Well, it's not imploding, which is pretty good as far as Evocati patches go, and there's a load of cool stuff here. So it was a limited patch, so only some of the features were ready for testing. Some of the stuff hasn't been added. Those things that haven't been added properly yet are cargo hauling missions, the cargo commodity rebalance stuff that they've got planned, and the new updated dynamic event Blockade Runner. So yeah, those weren't ready. And I mean, there's a lot of features being tested here that need fixes or urgent improvements, but this is stuff that can be done in days, not months. That's what I'm trying to say. And the patch wasn't too broken. There was a lot of instability and crashes, yes, but this was actually pretty good for an Evocati build, especially the sort of initial Evocati offering. You can get locked out of your personal hangar stuff, which is really annoying. Basically, it didn't recognize it as yours, and you'd have to sort of relog or quite often recopy your account, which appeared to fix that, but it did make for quite a long-winded workaround to actually try and play. But there are also some like delays with button interactions and issues and spawning stuff issues and stuff like that, but relatively minor compared to some of the stuff we've previously seen. And yeah, they need to sort the instability and crashes out for sure. And CIG have said that they want to get this into first wave P2 ASAP, potentially early July, it looks like to me. It's going to be based on if they can get it stable and how the Evocati patch goes over the next few days. So the focus of the patch was on personal and instanced hangars, freight elevators, storage access, which is previously known as item banks, hover trolleys, and hangar decorations and customization. So let's jump into personal hangars first. So everyone has their own personal hangar. This personal hangar will be at your starting or home spawn location, and its size is based on the size of the largest flyable ship that you own. You can put things in your hangar, and they will permanently persist there. So when you call back up your hangar, when you're back at your home location, bam, your hangar's got the sofa that you left there, or the trash that you left on the floor, stuff like that. So it's sort of like a step towards having your own little base and sort of an area that you can operate out of. So these hangars range from small hangars, medium, large, and extra large. The freight elevators and SCU of the hangars are basically affected by that, from 120 for small hangars going all the way up to 1120 for extra large hangars. And those large and extra large hangars actually have 2 freight elevators in each. So you can spawn ships and vehicles while in your personal hangar. There is a kiosk there to do that. They come out of the floor. This is all still in an armistice zone, but you can use your gravity guns, you can use your tractor beams. Don't know why I called it a gravity gun. It's basically a gravity gun. Players can come to your hangar once it's spawned. It's not particularly secure at the moment, so you might be trespassing, you might not be if you're in someone else's hangar. Partying, grouping was mostly broken in this build, so testing of some of this stuff is relatively difficult. I think there were some workarounds with it by going into Arena Commander, but all this stuff's going to need tweaking anyway. It's like with trespassing stuff, if you do get detected as a trespasser, it takes a couple of minutes to kick you out, which might be a bit too long, and you could cause quite a lot of carnage in that time. But obviously there needs to be systems in place, because CIG want those areas to be secure as possible. They want to eliminate any exploits there. If you've got dreams of sneaking into someone's sort of personal hangar, I don't think that's going to be something you'll be able to do. You'd have to befriend them and stuff like that, and even then, I think if they kick you from the party, you'll probably be kicked out of their ship, because there's like loads of security in these places, right? There's loads of cameras everywhere, and you're probably going to be able to do this in like non-secure hangars or landing pads, stuff like that though. Just don't expect to slip into someone's hangar by getting into the elevator with them at New Babbage or something and just going, haha, and I've got all your ships. There are some weird permissions things with personal hangars and the ASOP terminals there as well at the moment, so if someone else uses your hangar's ASOP terminal, they can sort of spawn one of their ships, but it doesn't spawn in that hangar that they're in. It spawns in their own personal hangar. It's a bit weird. It's Evocati build. There are some weird stuff going on. Furniture's in, so you can go to Dumps Depot, Kelto, Cargo Decks and buy furniture. So you can buy a range of stuff, including seating, tables, and a few other things. Loads of manufacturer-specific stuff, all super affordable, and you can place it in your ship as well. Cargo trolleys are available. I think they're around 14k Alpha UEC. You can buy them at Cargo Decks. They currently hold 12 SCU, so not sure of their use, because just using a tractor beam is just going to be a load faster in almost all situations. You can place a load of the previously acquired hangar flare as well, so there's quite a lot of stuff you can do customization-wise. I suspect they're going to try and bring most of that stuff into 3.24 straight away, but we'll have to wait and see. Freight elevators and some cargo updates. So, freight elevators, they appear to be working pretty well. These appear at hangars, outposts, someone said scrapyards, and I would assume distribution centres as well. I haven't seen them at distribution centres, that is just an assumption. But you can basically call up cargo there that you've bought that's at the zone, or you can send it down to then be in the zone so you can sell it. You can also call up items, gear, weapons, components, and most of this now snaps to grid for loading, unloading, all that sort of jazz. These systems are replacing the global inventory system. So you still have a personal inventory, and you'll still be able to put things in your ship, but effectively more on the cargo grid, and you'll be able to put stuff into a landing zone's inventory, but you have to access that through the freight elevator, or technically when you buy it from a shop. There were some bugs with stuff not spawning in the elevators properly or just falling through the elevator, a little bit annoying. Something I do want to highlight is that saddlebags, things like that, so people that want to be doing mining and refining, there is now an extra step to that as well with the new cargo changes, because you're going to have to get your saddlebags into the freight elevator before they can then be refined. And when you're buying commodities for trade, you can choose the size of the boxes that you want them in, and you can decide whether they are sent straight to your ship or to your freight elevator, effectively, or the local inventory of that area. So sending to your ship will take time, based on the amount of cargo and the size of the boxes that you're having loaded. Lots of small boxes will take a bit longer, but it can be several hours, over 5 in some cases, if you're like filling up a full C2, for example. That said, you can go off and do other stuff, or log off while that's going on if you want. I also believe that you can do this for selling as well. So basically, this is the automatic loading and unloading if you want to. There are costs associated with it though. Now, for ships like the Garrick and some others that aren't set up fully for this sort of cargo updates and that sort of stuff, doing them automatic loading and unloading should be a big help. I didn't actually test to see if it worked, but I assume it does. Some other cool points of note as well. I believe that party members are able to call up their own items in another player's freight elevator and then put stuff into their own storage with the freight elevator as well. So this allows you to actually swap and sort of change and trade stuff quite easily with party members. I don't think you can have party members spawn their ships from your hangar though. I believe at the moment that will just spawn their ship in their own hangar. It's weird, but we'll see what happens with that in the future. Tractor beams, they are almost essential for any meaningful loading and unloading, so bear that in mind. We also have item banks, now known as storage access. They work, they allow you to interact with a terminal, the load of terminals around the sort of landing locations, and you can basically grab FPS sort of and smaller items from these or put them into storage at these areas without using a freight elevator. The UI is very underdeveloped at the moment. There isn't a search function, or at least a working search function yet. Yeah, it's fiddly and annoying, but it's functional. And as I said earlier, this is one of the other things that's sort of helping to replace the global inventory. Other than that, there's a series of FPS updates, animation and movement updates, some FPS weapon rebalance, recoil changes. There are night vision scopes. Well, I say light vision, they are light enhancement scopes, and they're available for scopes from size 1 to size 8. Yeah, there's a few scopes for that. There might have been some other stuff I missed as well. They are adding more. This could go to PTU very quickly as well. Cloud Imperium are pushing for getting it stable, pushing it to first wave PTU ASAP. They want to get this out to live in July July almost certainly, and I would expect those first phases of PTU early July. But that's an expectation and not a confirmation. We're going to be covering this patch in more detail as they add more and as we're able to test more. At the moment, I believe the Evocati build is down, or at least I'm not able to access it again anymore. But they'll often take down Evocati builds so that they can sort of go through the test data that they have and then action that and then put up another build. Expect that to be the cadence for the next few days. Yeah, I really like that patch. I love the stuff they put in there. I think this is a big gamer winner for Star Citizen. The changes to cargo there, but also personal customizable hangars, which are going to make players express themselves in new ways and have silly places that they can get together with their party members, with their orgs, and do more stuff. Operate out of an area, pre-plan a bit better, and then all help to manage that cargo. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comments below. Have you been playing that Evocati build? We can talk about it. The NDAs just don't allow us to share Evocati images and video and stuff, but we can talk about the specifics of a build. We can talk about the patch notes and all that sort of jazz now, which I absolutely love CIG for doing. But yeah, tell me about your experiences of 3.24. Are you really looking forward to those features? When do you think that first wave PTU will hit? And when do you think this patch is actually going to be live? If you've got any thoughts or questions about the patch, please chuck them in the comments below. Also, something you should check out below is nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Best VPN that I've ever used with Alpha 3.24. Also gives you better accessibility, security, and privacy on the interwebs. Check it out. Also, something you should check out, natively supported in Star Citizen. I haven't actually tried it in Alpha 3.24 yet, but I will real soon, is Toby Eye Tracker. Precision head and eye tracking. What more can you ask for? I mean, there's probably a lot more you could ask for, but it's really good for head and eye tracking in Star Citizen. Check it out below. It's on sale at the moment. You should buy one. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and for June we are giving away a Freelancer Miss, which is a fantastic little multi-crew missile boat. We're also bundling this with a Pulse, the little tiny bike with the big laser on it. You'll get lifetime insurance on both of those and a Star Citizen game package. So all you need to play Star Citizen, all you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during June. Good luck to you. Also, if you want to further support the channel, please consider clicking the join button under my videos. It really does help. There's also Patreon on loads of affiliate links and stuff like that down below in the video description and in the comments, so check those out, and that helps the channel out too. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great June. Thank you for watching to the end, and don't forget to click all the things down below, or at least the things you want to click on.